When I sing about the blues, I guess, in a certain way, when I sing the blues, it incorporates all of the struggles and questions and loves and desire and turmoil and all this and anger that I experience in my everyday life. And that's really what it's about for me. It's a direct route.
It's like I always have to have a blues band, you know, no matter what I'm doing, because it just makes me feel, it's like,
sensual.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Yeah, there is. No,
you
there
know,
is something.
Because it's like, I think women are not used to
Joy, can I have a cigarette?
expressing their sexuality in an honest way. It's like we're told in the magazines to sort of act like, can I have one of these?
To bring it back to the blues, I think,
Well,
you know, you have to be so blue that you laugh at yourself.
I know.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, that's what, like,
Don't take
humor
yourself
on
too
the-
seriously because the world is going
that's
to laugh
like,
at you
you have to
anyway.
get so down till you say, whoa.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Turn out the light.
I have no idea.
It's a growing, living, dynamic thing.
See, I think it takes the next level, like you go from,
There's blues in everything. It's a really universal type of music.
you can like express all of the stuff that's just been like, you know, getting at you, and the good stuff that you're not able to express often in life too, you know, the positive things.
We hang our hat on the blues. That's a good way.
The blues is
Bad woman feeling good.
That's right.
Oh, this is one of ours, in which we like to ask the rhetorical question. How many of you have been loved and been lied to? Oh, then you know what I'm talking about. Writing songs is the best revenge.
The group started when Karola, the manager of Dan Lynch, a wonderful Aryan goddess, and a wonderful human being, and the person that allowed me to play in one of the first blues clubs in New York. So we have to thank her for that. wanted to put a women's blues band together. So she thought me and Joy would be great together. So we met.
And we said, okay, we all went out to dinner and we talked about it. Oh, and what about KB? She's a great musician.
How did you get to playing drums?
I broke my arm, so I couldn't play the accordion anymore.
And then Joy got Lily, and then we found Eve after a few false starts.
I played in a couple of different groups, one like dance, alternative dance, always blues influenced by Clapton and B.B. King. I mean, I love listening to those guys, and I'd cop licks, but this is actually the first blues band I've ever played in.
That's right.
It's a real challenge.
Please welcome to the stage right now, Freeman Amy. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna breathe into the blues right now. It's a new kind of new age exercise.
There was only one reason I ever wanted to be a performer when I first started, was to get unconditional love and mirroring and narcissistic satisfaction.
Yeah!
Yeah! But it's my own personal journey, basically, because I started out really just wanting approval and stuff. I mean, I've done about 1,000 different kinds of things. I did cabaret, I was, doing like musical theater and stuff, and I always loved the blues, and I think I was always really, that was the thing.
I wanna go home where you're close by my side. I wanna go home where I got some place to hide. I want to go home to you. Well, life is tough, that's nothing new. Everyone's bought or sold some brand of the blues. It's been a long...
Having this discipline has just been another way of me discovering that the approval, first of all, has to come from within, and then you realize that it's not even about approval, it's about your own growth and self-understanding, and then having a larger understanding.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are playing what's traditionally known as Black American music, blues.
Well, we're
It's
reverse
originated.
Orioles.
And it's
we are
but it's funny. It's funny because people would say like, all white girls. Or what the comment I get from old people is like, how come you can play the blues? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? So they always say, how did you learn to play the horn like that? It's sort of like now Brown versus the Board of Education has come full circle. Not full circle, but now you have white people playing black music. You have black people playing classical music and winning as many prizes. You can't classify people anymore. You can't.
Yeah.
And really, as women and women in the music business, I mean, that's quite something to sing the blues about. No, but that's something, I mean, when you're trying to set out and do something in, amidst a lot of people that say you can't do that, whatever it is, as a woman, just as a woman. And I got that in insidious little ways, but I think all women have still at this time gotten those signals on some level. It may not be even from anybody specifically, it may be from all of to me, the main thing that it comes from is the commercials and the media.
When I was about 13 years old, I was playing acoustic guitar, and the Beatles had just come out, and I got an electric guitar. Somebody gave me one or something, and I got this little Supro amp, and the speaker didn't work very right, so I kind of fixed it with a rubber band and some tape, and I said to myself, girls don't play the electric guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So I got that from somewhere.
You start to take it on. You start to identify with that and believe it. And that all of a sudden one day I said, wow, that's the really screwed up thing about having that kind of stigmas attached. It's not that in themselves they could be superficial, but when they're totally ingrained, you really believe it about yourself.
There was a band program, when I was in 5th grade, and I wanted to play the saxophone, and I remember the teacher going, no, you have to play clarinet. That's a girl's instrument. And I was like,
Really?
Clarinet? Ew!
In music class, I talked to the music teacher, and I said, he asked me if I wanted to play an instrument. I said, yeah, I would really love to learn how to play the drum, the snare drum at the time. And to this day, his reaction was he threw his head back and guffawed. Because I was this, this little girl.
Kick him in the balls.
Well, I'd love to show him what I do now.
Music, playing music. I've been playing music since I'm 9.
You know, I found out like all these people who make it, you know, and then they say, "Oh, young film director, you know, she's only this and she's already
Been
famous."
doing it for 20
But
years.
then like you find out like your friends, all of a sudden your friends are the same age, you know, as you in the 30s, and it's like they go, "Yeah, well my manager wanted me to lie and say I was 25 instead of 35." So it like perpetuates the lie that like, you know, if you haven't made it by the age of 30, you're somehow some stupid failure, and it has nothing to do with the reality of learning an art.
Right.
A lot of the old guys have given me the chance, whereas younger band leaders, I always felt didn't want to hire me or whatever. It's like the old guys suddenly don't feel threatened by me or my sexuality or something and gave me a chance. Well, yeah, and I've learned a lot, and it's sort of like, you know, in a way it was probably the best thing that could ever happen to me, because I got to play with the real cats, you know, the guys who were the grandfathers of their particular musics.
I played with Jimmy Sproul, old Jimmy Sproul, and he's, what, 65 years old. He's played in the original Kansas City, Wilbur Harrison, and he's played like on 3,000 records, and, you know, he's a legendary guitar player. Well, he's very versatile. He does carpentry, he does artwork, and all this stuff. But he and I, the first time I was called in on the gig, there was just this, like, magic communication between us, and whatever else was going on the stage, he and I just really had this rapport. And, you know, like, he's an older guy. And he's a showman. He's quite a showman. I learn a lot.
Yeah. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, you know, all those great guys. And they really had a lot of blues in them if you listen to them.
Yeah. I've seen many musicians who have been technically trained and gone to Yale and Schmale and the other thing. And but then when they start playing, they can't play the blues. It sounds like shit.
It's like people lose their roots. I mean, the best classical music I've heard performed has been classical music played with a sense of rhythm and time, and that's what's missing from a lot of, you know, heady music trips. And that's the thing that's the only essential thing to playing the blues, is that feeling. You don't have to be a virtuoso to play it. You just have to be able to express yourself.
You can put the street in the school, but you can't put the school in the street.
Well, the rain goes to the river, river to the sea. Rain goes to the river, river to the sea. And the blues goes in a bottle, and a bottle goes right into me. Yeah, Potata, Potata. What's the Thank you.
We have a common love for the blues, and it's happening to me again. And but we've got like influences of rock and gospel and
funk and jazz.
And funk and jazz. Help me.
Looking over my back, don't need no one telling me what I lack. Don't need no one smoking that crack. Don't feed me no lies, just tell me the facts. Well, I hate to say it, but you gotta go. Weren't you the one who told me, baby, go with the flow? I hate to say it, but you gotta go. 'Cause when I'm with you, baby, I lose my mojo. Don't need no one with a smiling face, always trying to get on my case. Don't need no one running my place, so you might as well leave the whole human race. Well, I hate to say it, but you gotta go. Weren't you the one who told me, baby, go with the flow? I hate to say it, but you gotta go. 'Cause when I'm with you, baby, I lose my mojo.
You make me lose my mojo, baby. I lose all my personal power. I want to call you up on the phone sometime. You pay your phone bill. I'm gonna say this. You're messing with my head. You know I'm getting fed up. So you give me a break, slow down. Cut me some slack, Jack, and I don't want your ass back. Stay away, you can't play away out of paper bag. And it's a drag, no way, Jose. And it's a wax, so don't give me no flack. And every day I feel the same way.
I go, funk yourself. Yeah, yeah. I go, funk yourself. Oh, yeah, yeah. I go, funk yourself. Funk yourself. I go, funk yourself. Ever since I met you, you lied to my face. I think it's time for you to vacate my personal space. Everybody knows you're just a con man. Everybody knows you ain't got no great big plan. Looking over my back, don't need no one telling me what I lack. Don't need no one smoking that crack. Don't feed me no lies, honey, just give me the facts. Well, I hate to say it, but you gotta go. Want you the one who told me, baby, go with the flow. I hate to say it, Mojo.
When you're really working intensely with the band, and this band is beginning to, we want to, I mean, I want to work more intensely and get more and more into the fine tuning and really, but that there's no way that you're going to avoid, personal, I call it personal histories. Everybody has their personal history. And often in life, that's what happens. You push buttons get pushed, and sometimes nobody knows whose buttons is getting pushed when. But it's going to happen, and it's just like a marriage.
Well,
absolutely.
It's like, musically, we get along great, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's no problem. It is like a marriage, because like if you compare the music part of it to the sex part of marriage, I mean that part,
that's over it.
That's cool, but it's like, little personal history right here for you folks. It's happening now. But I mean, the hard part is doing the dishes. It's like, oh, fuck, I can't sleep in the same room with Joy because she stays up too late, And I'm a wimp, but I want to go. She's turning the pages too loud, I can't sleep.
I think that is the single most serious, that was a very good question, because I really think that besides the musical, that has to be, you have to have a common ground with that. But besides that, the dynamics are the absolute thing that I think has to be...
Can make or break.
Can make or break it. And really, if one person wants out, there ain't no fucking way you're going to keep it together, So there has to be that ability to make a certain kind of commitment, whatever kind of commitment that is, just to even working it through, That, to me, I'm coming up with such great philosophical things, but I think the commitment has to... The commitment has to be to working it through.
You are changing your old habits and trying not to repeat your old mistakes, and so you begin to want to draw people to you that you can work with.
If it's an ongoing thing to keep a healthy dynamic in any relationship, in anything that you do.
I love Jerry Lewis.
This is probably, we haven't worked out
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't.
Stop, you're killing me.
We definitely are all rebels. No, really.
To me, this is a unique band.
When we're playing the blues and we're in a groove and KB is like just holding us right there, we're rocking. That's rock and roll.
She could do both feels.
Amy is one of the best drummers around. That's
A lot of guys
right?
only play a shuffle beat, and they're great at that, but they can't play rock, and vice versa. Or they can't play punk, right? Because she's got a great funk thing happening.
KB, it might just be my favorite drummer in live.
Thanks, guys. I don't know another band who can play as well as everybody here and are all women.
It's valuing the music over the image.
Yeah, it's part of it too, absolutely.
We were loading out of the car one time, and there's several...
And she's
Several
slugging all
bags.
these drums out of the car.
And the guy goes, "Oh, are you a drummer?"
How'd you guess? I love that.
Hello?
Well, my favorite is though when you say yes and they go, "You any good?" like you're gonna say, "No, I suck." It's just a hopeless, frustrating waste of time and energy.
That's right, I like to hit things. That's great. Hit things really hard.
It'd be worse, I could be playing blues for a living.
Thank you.